Hello everyone, my name is General Fancy Pants, and welcome back to Memoria. When we last left off, we got on this floating castle, I guess, and we are on our way to the battle, and there's some craziness going on in the background there. And now, I guess I'm not really sure what we're trying to do now. I suppose we're just trying to get to the battle, if I remember correctly. So let's take a look at some stuff around here. Looks like there's quite a lot to kind of take in. There's some weapons laying around and other things. So yeah, let's start with this weapons rack right here.
It's just standing there. There's room for 4 weapons and a shield. I could push it, but where?
Okay, we don't need to push it, I'm guessing. Let's take a look at this longsword.
Just what I need. A sword.
Alright. Well, if that's what we need, then that's...
No, it's totally blunt. Pretty much useless.
Oh.
I need something better.
Of course. Because why would they bring a sharpened sword into battle? That makes no sense. How about this shuriken?
Completely useless against demons.
Well, we're going to take it anyway. Because it'll be helpful for something else. I'm sure. There's a vine here. I wonder where that goes.
If it went up to the roof, I could climb it. But it doesn't.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I was gonna say that we probably need to cut it, but apparently not. So let's take a look at this floating crystal.
The floating crystals hold the various parts of the fortress up in the air. One of the enemy's missiles weakened it. We're now hovering a bit lower than the bridge to the main fortress.
Okay.
It's behind thick glass.
Alright. Doesn't seem like there's anything we can do with that right now. How about this weapons cabinet?
I can see the staff in there. By the gleam in his eyes, I can tell he's probably yelling his head off.
Let's see if we can get it.
It's firmly locked.
Okay, but something did fall off, and it's looks like it's a mace.
A blunt, heavy mace.
Let's take it. Man, she's got to be pretty laden down right now. That's a lot of heavy weapons that she's carrying around. Place of impact.
One of the enemy's missiles hit here.
Okay.
The gap is too wide to jump, and the wall is too high to climb.
I don't know. It looks like you could probably jump and heave yourself up there, but that's just me. How about the shield?
If I want to fight, I'll need a shield as well.
Alright, let's take a shield.
It's
Oops, sorry.
hanging too high.
Okay. First, let's try and get the staff out. Then we're gonna try and bash the cage open with, or the cabinet open with the mace.
The cabinet is too sturdy to break with the mace.
Alright, that answers that question. How about using... Oh, why do I have a scabbard?
The opening is much bigger than necessary for the sword.
Oh, I see. Okay. Alright. Let's try using the sword on the cabinet.
Doesn't work. I need more weight to pry open the cabinet.
Okay. Huh. This could be tricky. Let's see if we can use the mace on the glass.
No. If the floating stone is damaged any further, we'll crash to the ground.
Fair enough. There is a halberd up here. I can't get that, obviously, because we can't get up there, but... How about the entrance? Let's take a look at that.
We're directly above the Gorian desert. The battle is in full swing. All I need now is a suitable weapon.
Okay.
The impact made the armory lose some height. I can no longer reach the passage.
Alright. see.
I could push it, but where?
So we can push the weapons rack. Let's try pushing it to the place of impact.
Why would I push the rack over there?
I don't know, I'm just trying stuff out. How about to the floating crystal?
Why would I push the rack over there?
Push it out the entrance?
The weight of the rack might be able to yank open the cabinet, but I only have one chance. I have to make sure the rack is as heavy as I can make it.
Aha, okay, that answers that question. So we probably have to attach the vine.
I'll tie one end to the door.
And then the other end to the weapons rack.
And the other end goes on the weapons rack.
Okay, so let's put the sword back into the weapons rack. And the mace. And the scabbard is probably not going to add that much weight. So let's just see if we can...
I could push it, but where?
So let's just see if that's going to be enough weight to open up the cabinet. And hopefully not take the whole cabinet with it when it falls.
The weight of the rack might be able to yank open the cabinet, but I only have one chance. I have to make sure the rack is as heavy as I can make it.
Okay, so... obviously we need the halberd and the shield. We need all of this stuff onto that, on the weapons rack. So, let's see if we can maybe use the scabbard to sort of jostle off the shield.
No.
Okay, fine. We don't have any magic to use. What about the shuriken on the shield?
I should forget trying to hit anything with this.
Alright, is there anything anywhere else we can go?
I can't reach it from down here. A glass case with a sword. It looks very, very powerful.
It does look very powerful. It's kind of green and it's pretty cool looking actually.
The gap is... and the wall. The gap is... and the...
Okay, so I can't... Can I put the scabbard onto the place of impact?
The scabbard is just a tiny bit too short. It doesn't reach the other end.
Okay, so can we combine the shuriken with the scabbard?
The scabbard is... one of the...
Okay. How about the bandage with the scabbard?
No. I'd rather not.
I'm kind of at a loss of what I need to do here. Can we take... let's take the longsword. Maybe the longsword can act as a bridge.
No, it's totally blunt. I need...
Can we combine the sword with the scabbard? Nope. There's got to be a way of crossing this.
I don't see any connection.
Okay. Let's see.
I can't reach it from down here.
No, you can't. Let's take the mace back. We're missing something here. She did say that the scabbard is too big for the sword, but maybe it's not so big that, or it's big enough, sorry, that the mace can fit in it.
It's not intended to fit, but it works.
Okay, so now we have an extended mace. Maybe we can use that to get the shield.
I can't cut down the shield with this.
Alright. Can we combine the shuriken with the mace?
The mace is too thick to stick on the throwing star.
How about the sword?
A strange construction, but perhaps I can use it to reach places that were inaccessible before.
Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Good thing that the blade is dull, because we're going to be holding the blade. Alright, let's see if we can cut down the shield now. Alright, I guess that worked. Let's take the shield.
It's heavier than it looks.
I'm sure it is made out of probably wood and metal. That makes sense. If we place the shield on the impact, it looks too small for
The
that.
shield isn't big enough to use for a bridge.
Yeah, I didn't think that would work. How about the... Did I try the extended mace? I can't remember. Alright, that should be enough to get up. If she's careful enough.
I can't reach.
Alright, not sure why she didn't... Okay, apparently maybe the sword and the shuriken on there as well. And then the shield on top of all that. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay, just give her enough to boost herself up. I get it.
A long iron lance, better suited for stabbing than for hitting.
Okay, let's take that. Let's head over to this glass case here. Let's see if we can get the
The
shield,
glass is too thick.
the sword out. Let's see if we can hit it with the halberd. Or halberd, I mean.
I can't swing the halberd well enough.
Ugh. Okay. Let's see. I guess. Let's go back down. Okay. Grab all our stuff back. And... Oh, we can't go back up though. I was going to use the mace on it. How do we... Okay, so can we... Let's lay the longsword down again. Let's have use the halberd instead of the... mace, and then we'll use the shield. And let's go back up. And use the mace on the glass.
I'll take the thing apart first.
That's fine. Whatever you need to do.
It looks very powerful and very, very heavy.
Okay. Let's see if we can take a look at it.
It looks very...
Okay. So that gives us 4 weapons and a shield once we take apart all this. Which is exactly what we want. So I don't know that we'd want to get rid of this weapon if it's so powerful, but I guess we do. Alright, putting all this stuff on here, making a nice and... Although I guess if we have the staff, we don't really need conventional weapons, since we can just... since we could just turn people to stone.
I could push it, but where?
Outside. Nice.
At last.
Charizard! At last! Where have you been?
There's no time to explain. We're in the middle of the war and Kasim is about to take over the fortress. The clerics are trying to keep him out of the flotation chamber. But who knows how long they'll be able to.
A flotation chamber, Princess?
It's the heart of the flying fortress. It keeps us all in the air. Kasim believes that if he alters one of the floating crystals the way the researcher changed my ruby, he can read all of the memories from the mask, and thus all the spells of the Djinn of Time.
A complicated plan for a simple-minded soul. But you'll stop him, won't you?
You can count on it.
Yes, you can. I forgot that the prince basically betrayed us. That completely, forgot that part. So I guess now we have to do something. Let's see. Can we like depetrify the floating crystal?
The spell only works on living beings.
Okay, how about can we just activate it then?
Awaken the floating crystal!
There we go. Aha.
Thanks.
You're welcome, Princess.
And now we go to the castle. Alright. Is there anything up here that we can do? Okay, we can just go up. Looks like there's nothing else. I can hit the space bar. And yeah, there's nothing else. So let's head up the tower here. Or the room, anyway. Wow, that is quite the battle raging on right there. Or at least the flotation of the floating city has taken some damage, anyway.
The flotation chamber is the core of the fortress. It keeps the whole building afloat. If Kasim gets the main crystal under his control, he'll have more power than ever before.
Amazing what you can do with a handful of stones.
Indeed. Let's look at the sky.
The battle is in full swing.
You finally reached your goal, Mistress. The great battle against the demons.
Yes, but the worst of them is not a demon.
Okay, so it looks like Kasim is actually the quote-unquote bad guy. Oh, I thought this was a crystal again. So,
We're almost there. The flotation chamber is the core of the fortress. It keeps the whole building afloat. If Kasim gets the main crystal...
okay,
Amazing what you can do with that.
alright, we saw that. So let's head to the flotation chamber. So yeah, it looks like Kasim was actually the bad guy all along, and I always thought, I don't know, for some reason I thought that Sadia was the, maybe the antagonist actually of the game, and she was just looking for power, but I guess her drive was a little more loftier than just world power. She wants to stop Kasim in the process.
Looks like we've come too late.
Or at least not world power, but she wants her name to be remembered. Alright, let's take a look at the Admiral here. He doesn't really look in good shape.
Looks like we've come too late.
Yeah, looks like he is gone.
Kasim did this. That swine.
Okay. Is there anything else in here before I move on? It doesn't look like it. There's nothing else. Let's go into the flotation chamber.
Princess,
Ariakos, are you all right?
you've come too late. He has almost succeeded.
Do you still have my dagger?
It's hanging on my belt. We tried to bless it, but it was as if the gods refused to do it. As if they had turned their backs on you.
So it's come to this. Now even the gods punish me with their contempt. Then all that's left to me is my magic.
Princess,
What?
I'm afraid that the combined presence of the prince and the crystals makes it difficult for me to perform any sort of magic. You'll have to touch him if you want to enchant him.
First the gods and now this? Then that's how it'll have to be.
You can't, in all seriousness, intend to go into battle armed only with a dagger.
As if it had ever been any other way.
That's very true. And I've seen Legolas do it in The Lord of the Rings, so if he can do it, so can Sadia. But I think I'm going to call it an episode right here, and next time we will confront the prince. So, I will see you guys next time on Memoria. Until then.